Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Start 11 show. Everton versus Ipswich Town. The last ever 3 o'clock game at Goodison Park. Just think about that for a minute. Anyway, I thought about it. Let's get into the starting 11. Jordan Pickford in goal, of course. Back four. I'm keeping Nathan Patterson at right back. Okay. Was he brilliant against Chelsea? He was not. The manager mentioned as well Ashley Young coming on as a sub at Chelsea, which I thought was, a little bit telling. But I think Nathan deserves to play every game till the end of the season. All right, maybe Seamus starts if possible against Southampton. But definitely Patterson starts for 3 of these games. So I'm leaving him in. I don't think 60 minutes is enough. I think the last time he played right back before the Chelsea game was against Luton Town in the FA Cup in January 2024. So I think he deserves a few more games and listen, if they're his last ever Everton games, then so be it. But I think he deserves to start the game and just see how he gets on. So yeah, at left back, Vitaly Mykolenko, of course. He's our starting left back. And of course, we will have Jake O'Brien and Jared Brandtwaite as our centre-backs. And hopefully tomorrow they will be maybe a little bit more aggressive than last week, certainly for the goal. They'll be up against Liam Delap, who looks like, will be playing his last few games for Ipswich Town, and is someone who does try and get very aggressive with the centre-backs. We saw that against Toffee. And he might look at those two and think, well, not look at them because of the size, but think they're not as firm as Toffee is. So be an interesting battle, but hopefully both of them are up for it. And like I said last week, Jared Brandtwaite's got to be the leader in that back four. And I thought he was against Chelsea. But maybe that leadership is bollocking Jordan Pickford if he doesn't give him the ball when he wants it, or if he splits or whatever. But it's up to those two to have a good game and hopefully get us a clean sheet in this game. Centre midfield, I'm going for Idrissa Gana-Gueye and James Garner. I think James Garner needs to... I'd like to see more out of him. I'd like to see more out of him in an attacking sense. I'd like to see him not on set pieces, or if he is on set pieces, put balls into the right area and with a bit of pace and that kind of thing. But James Garner, has to do a little bit more for me. It's certainly in a game like this. Idrissa Gana-Gueye just has to do what he does. And ahead of them, I'm going for Charlie Alcaraz. I think, again, this is a stage in the season now where we have to see him for the next 4 games and see if there's any chance of him becoming an Everton player. A lot of talk that Moyes isn't sold on him. Well, obviously he hasn't started that many games, and that might come down to not wanting to trigger the clause in the contract. So now's an opportunity, playing for the rest of the season. He's got different attributes than certainly Decore when he plays in there. He can pick the ball up, he can run with it. And this game will be a little bit, obviously it's going to be a little bit easier for us than obviously the last few games have been against teams in the top 4 or 5. So we're going to have to create more chances. We're going to have to move the ball between the lines. And I think Charlie Alcaraz is a good player to do that. Give him an opportunity and see what he's got. There's nothing to lose, certainly with it only being someone like Decore in there. Although the manager could look at Dwight McNeil in there. I'm not. But he certainly could look at Dwight McNeil in there as well. But for me, it's Charlie Alcaraz. On the right, I'm going to go for Ndiaye. I'm changing her up a little bit, mixing with the system, and I'm going with Ndiaye on the right-hand side. To be honest, he hasn't been great since he come back, bar maybe 25 minutes in the second half against Arsenal, where I thought he did all right and he scored the penalty. But apart from that, he hasn't been that good. So I'm going to put him on the right-hand side, maybe see if a change of side helps him. And on the left-hand side, I'm actually going to start Dwight McNeil on the left. Mine's just blown over there. I'm going to start Dwight on the left because I'm going to play Beto up front. And I think what Beto needs is crosses. I think he needs crosses. And I think Dwight on the left, putting in crosses, first time, catching the defenders off guard against a big physical presence in Beto, could lead to some goals for us. Listen, we haven't won at home for a while. And I think everyone's sort of banking on these 2 home games being, thinking they're 100% wins, because they should be. We're playing against two teams who've been relegated, and relegated in some fine fashion, I must say, as well. So there shouldn't be any if buts or maybe about this game. Everyone should be disappointed if Everton don't win this game. Everybody. And we need to put out a team who's going to score goals. And I think set pieces as well. Dwight McNeil back on the set pieces. That obviously means he starts games. So I'm starting him on the left-hand side, better up front. Start putting the ball in the box, starting to create chances. Charlie Alcaraz running with the ball. He's done all right while Better's been up front as well. So whether it comes from Alcaraz, whether it comes from Dwight McNeil, more opportunities for Better to score goals. So he's not isolated. And listen, if we can't score goals against a team like Ipswich, then you know everything absolutely has to be ripped up, which it does anyway. But listen, opportunity for some of these players to stake a claim for next season. So if they don't take it, then that's on them, isn't it? That's on them. If you can't go out there, 3 o'clock kick-off on a Saturday afternoon against Ipswich Town and put on a bit of a display for Evertonians, like they did against Leicester, I think the last time we won at home, then they might all just pack their bags and prepare to go and play somewhere else, because that will be the case under this manager. So that's my starting 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who would you go for? Be interesting to see who's on the bench. Will Dominic Calvert-Lewin come onto the bench? Who'll be left out for him to come back? We'll wait and see. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to check out the match preview with Baz and myself. Give this video a like. We're on about 700 and a little bit till we get to the big 100,000. Can we do that soon, please, as well? There you go. Thanks for watching. See you later.